And Mario's a fucking sleep.
It's me, a sleepy.
Oh, by the way, sorry about
that.
that.
Sound effects.
Sorry about that. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but there's someone mowing the lawn in the background, and there's not much we can do about that.
Go tell him to fuck off.
I don't know how much of my Prime playthrough you saw, Eric. Go ahead. I swear, like every
all of it. You can't see me, but I'm doing that like grab the collar and pull it.
And like basically every 2 goddamn seconds, like someone would slam the fucking door, like when I was in the middle of doing commentary. And then
How
like
dare they?
And then like Alonzo would bring his friends in all of a sudden. Or that only happened like twice, but it's just like I'm in the middle of finale and talking about, so this is Metroid Prime and the boss fights like this, and then suddenly like Ethan, Alonzo, and I think John come in. And they're just like, hey, you guys, why you guys have to crash the party? We're in the middle of the finale. And then John's like, let's be honest, Michael, this isn't a party.
That voice though.
If you watch Mega Man Legends Part 21,
God. I'm trying to take a shortcut and it's taking longer than the normal way.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go on with your Mega Man Legends. Your nonsense.
I don't know. What were we talking about? I think like before we got into the Marions.
What were we talking about? Like half an hour ago.
Yeah, like we were talking about like Silent Hill, I think.
Oh yeah.
You know, like basically what happened is oh Jesus!
Why did they make the sand so loud? That's gonna reverb.
It's funny because that's the exact same like place that you muted it before. You finally unmute it and then you just mute it again.
Yeah. Basically, the first 3 or 4 games were developed by this one team at Konami called Team Silent. And for whatever reason, even though the games sold really well and were really popular, they decided to disband. And so then, like, right after that, Konami basically contracted the series out to, like, some other company in North America.
Right.
And I don't know, like, I think part of... I don't think the series was especially spectacular to begin with, but I can kind of respect their artistic intention. Like, I mean, like, the plots in those games don't really make... Like, there's kind of like a basic undertone to it, like there's some kind of demon someone's trying to resurrect through some chick. And you gotta stop
demons.
You gotta stop some kind of dumb cult. And then, like, you have to explore the town. That's the plot of 1 and 3, anyway. Like, for the second one, it has nothing to do with those at all.
Second one, the one that Shattered Memories is based on?
No, Shattered Memories is based off the first one.
Oh, okay.
But, you know, like, I find the plot to be convoluted, honestly. Like I have to play through the game, like, 5 times in order to actually understand everything that happens. I mean, like,
maybe you're just slow.
The basic plot, like, you can pick up on and you can understand it, but it's like Inception in that if you don't pay attention to everything they throw at you, you're not going to understand what the hell is going on. You know, like... And with a movie, that's a lot easier to do, because, like... You know, like, if you watch it, you'll see everything, and as long as you're paying attention, you'll understand. But with a game, you can miss some big stuff. You know, like, if you don't go to specific areas and look at specific documents, because, like, any survival horror game, Silent Hill has, like, documents lying around that you can read. And then, like,
a staple of survival horror. Documents.
Yeah.
It's actually so true, though.
Like, half the time, like, the documents, they'll just, like, bleep out important names and places, like how I out everything on the show.
Except they're much,
So it'll, like, tell you that, like,
bastard.
Oh yeah, this one character actually murdered her entire family. But we're not going to put her name on...
Spoiler alert.
We're not... Well, I didn't say the character's name, and I didn't say what game she was from.
Oh.
It's just, like, but they don't put her name, like, her name will be bleeped out on the newspaper you read it on. So, like, you don't...
like
you
the
don't
newspaper
know.
from Punch-Out? Where it's just, like, XY instead of any words.
I guess. I don't know anything about that game, ironically, and I'm the Nintendo guy. But it's just, like... And I don't find Silent Hill interesting enough to warrant a second playthrough. because like basically all you do is you walk around cramped environments and solve puzzles and grab items, and it wears itself out after like 2 hours. So like, and then the games are short enough so that it's not like too tedious or anything. But would I ever want to replay it on a higher difficulty? I mean, and the combat's really, the combat's kind of awkward too, but.
Well, that's kind of to be expected. I mean,
Well, it's just like you have to like hold L2 and like mash the square button. Like, why couldn't you just
I didn't
like
even
press?
know there was combat in that game.
Why can't you just like press a button and just have it attack? Why do you have to like hold? Why do you have
Okay,
to,
we're
like...
getting into bitching territory. Moving on from analysis onto bitching territory.
Okay. But like, point is, like, I guess like once they got to like, with Shattered Memories, they wanted to like retell the first game in a new way.
Yeah, it was like a reimagining. Is that the word they used?
Yes, it's like your Thief. So I guess that's why.
Thief is a reboot. I was confused for a little bit, but it is.
Yeah.
Most certainly.
Which is why I got into Silent Hill in the first place. But you know, like Ethan absolutely detests all the ones since 3. Like apparently 4 is okay, and I have no interest in playing a Silent Hill game ever again because I think I've got my fill with 2 and 3, which are supposedly the best ones anyway. But
yeah. Can I just say that this rabbit was probably invented because they're like, we have 118 stars, but let's. I'd like to even it out. Let's get 120.
It was probably like a beta element. Like, okay, we need to test Mario's abilities to run around and grab shit. So why don't we stick a bunny in this test room? Oh, hey, this is kind of fun. Let's put it in the castle and actually have it in the game.
Let's put it in the castle.
Yeah. But, you know, But, you know, like, with Shattered Memories, I guess...
Memories.
I know next to nothing about the series past number 3. Like, I saw, like, Twin Perfect's review of the 4th game, and it looks interesting.
Interesting. I will say that I have seen, I know almost nothing about Silent Hill, but I have seen actually a couple Let's Plays of Silent Hill, Shattered Memories. One on the SGB.
And one in the Grumps.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you tell me why people hate it? Do you know?
I mean, like, I think part of it is... It's just like any franchise where, like, when they try to... You know, like, remake
that's
the
to
game
be
or
expected,
reimagine,
but
there's backlash at it because
have you
people
heard
are
any
nostalgic fucks these days.
Have you heard any legitimate criticisms?
There are plenty of things wrong with the game.
Well, yeah. Like, for example, the therapist being like a psycho. Do you remember that? Have you seen, like, much of that game?
I've heard Ethan talk about it plenty of times, but I've never actually played it or seen, like, a full playthrough.
There's some
And I mean, like,
unbelievable aspects, I'll say much. Also, I fucked up.
I don't know. Like, I'm sure the original is probably better. And the original wasn't that great of a game to begin with, so I can understand why why remaking it makes it kind of doubly pointless. Unless if they were gonna like fix what was wrong with it to begin with. And the fact that it's not developed by Konami and by some other company that, like, I guess the difference here is that with the new games, they're trying to make it comes off as more generic horror, you know? Like,
yeah, I guess so.
it kind of removes the psychological angle of the original 4 games. Because like at least with the original 4 games, there was kind of a more artistic plot, you know? Like, it was... It at least had kind of like an angle to it that, you know, was engaging and interesting, you know?
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't necessarily executed the best, like, I can give it credit for that, and I can give it credit for atmosphere, but I guess with the new ones, it's just more, like, generic, like, oh, there's an evil town, and you go there, and there are monsters. And there are evil, giant cleavage zombie nurses running around that you can kill with weapons.
I have seen the nurses before.
Yeah.
Hello, nurse. I bet nobody's made that joke before.
Yeah. That was close, by the way.
I don't need your BS.
Like, there are certain... Like, I'm sure... Point being that Silent Hill Shattered Memories, and I like to say its full name. Ethan just likes to call it Shattered Memories because he refuses to acknowledge it as a proper Silent Hill game.
That's
And,
cool.
Like, I'm sure that the original, all of its aging flaws aside, is a better game than Shattered Memories. I think if you take, like, all the stuff I kind of mentioned into account, but, you know, like, I guess, for me, I don't see what was so special. Well, I kind of do, but I don't see what makes Silent Hill 2 one of the greatest video games ever made. And what makes...
Go on with your story!
And what makes something like Shattered Memories or Downpour like the biggest piece of trash ever made.
Ooh.
But that's just me.
I'm sorry if that was super annoying. You
I
think
don't-
the
I don't
audio
know.
picked that up
I don't know.
a little bit?
At any rate, I think that's where we're gonna cut things off for now. Come back.
Come back for a Silent Hill free episode, because I'm cutting Michael off.
See you guys next time.